and 7 Spanish angels took another angel home.
Hey, I'm Willie Nelson, and you're watching HempRock TV.
We don't run, and we don't compromise, we don't quit, we never do.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. I am Master Sergeant Thomyv, the voice of Freedom's Voice. We're here with my grandpa's World War I veterans cap and my Freedom Isn't Free coffee cup. Let's talk about Sleepy Joe. In perusing the internet, particularly Facebook and other sites, I continually keep running across memes and little postings that talk about Joe Biden being unable to function, barely able to walk, he can't get his thoughts together, and just one thing after another, after another, after another. And saying he's slow in the head. I don't think so. I mean, he walks slow. He's 70 plus years old. That's what a 70 plus year old guy does. He walks slow. He considers his words before he speaks them. That's part of his stutter, his speech defect that he spent his life overcoming. You know, it's name calling, and it's just non-factual comments thrown out hither and yon, and there's people stupid enough to believe it. If the guy, everybody's telling him to get rid of the filibuster, even me. But the guy stuck to his guns and managed to get a bipartisan infrastructure bill passed. You know, everybody was saying, well, it wasn't going to work unless you get rid of the filibuster. And now he's got the other half of that bill coming along right behind it. And it's going to pass too. But you know, if you think he's unable to function and whatnot, how is he managing to get all this stuff done? Okay. He definitely knows the Senate. He knows how those people think. He knows how they work. And he thinks he can do it in a bipartisan fashion. And I'd be more than happy to see him do that in a bipartisan fashion. Although I think when we start getting down to these bills that would be a check on all these voter restrictions that Republicans have been passing all over the country, I think we'll see a fight then. And he may have to get rid of the filibuster to pass that bill. But that bill's super important. 30% of the people want to stop the rest of us from voting so they can maintain power. That's certainly not the majority. And most of those people are signed on to the Trump cult anyway. So they're not going to listen to facts from the get-go. No point even trying to discuss it with them. But particularly an outfit out of Australia called Sky News. If you get on YouTube, put in Sky News. It's all, and every story is something about the Biden being incapacitated, or unable to function, or unable to think straight, or unable to on and on and on and on and on, you know. But I'll tell you what, he's getting stuff done. And leading the charge to save our democracy. Had those people been successful on the 6th, our democracy would be dead. DEA, capital DEAD, dead. You wouldn't pick your leader anymore. Somebody else would. Say the leader of the Republican Party. He would decide who gets to be president. Not you. Never you. And believe me, they're wiping out the votes of Republican citizens also. So you might want to check your registration. It might have been neutralized in an effort to neutralize Democratic votes. You know, it seems Biden's doing pretty damn good. And of course, without a majority in the Senate, he wouldn't be. Mitch McConnell would be up to his old tricks about not allowing anything to get done. And as I've said before, not allowing anything to get done for 6 years drove a lot of people to vote for Trump because they're getting tired of waiting for something to happen to improve their lives. You know? Democrats want to do these things, but they've been blocked by the Republicans with racist holdovers like the filibuster and, you know, stuff like that to limit the ability of the majority to rule. And we're supposed to have majority rule. With Trump in charge, we had 30% rule. 30% of the craziest people in the nation were running the country. And you saw what a disaster that was. Joe Biden is doing a pretty damn good job. And we should be glad he is. He's thoughtful, he's careful, and he pretty well knows what he's doing. I think the name calling and the lies about his health and his mental capacity and all that, that's got to stop. It's coming from a foreign country. That should be logged as interference in our elections. Sky News out of Australia. What the hell are they doing messing around in our election? Printing stuff about our president that isn't true. They should be sued in court or something. They got rid of the fairness doctrine, which required the news to tell the truth. And it's been downhill ever since. Trump's disastrous presidency has showed that we cannot rely on the decency of people to do the right thing. Many of our, like, for example, taxes. There's no law that requires the president to show his taxes. Yet every president has done so. And this fat cheater said he would until he got elected, and then he said he wouldn't. So his taxes are a secret because he's a crook and he's going to be found out. We know that. That's not the worst. As far as I'm concerned, the very worst thing he did was cheating a 10-year-old at golf. Guy wrote a book, The Commander-in-Chief. And he tells about him and his 10-year-old son playing golf with the president. And the boy's ball had a better lie than the president's. What did the president do? Claim the boy's ball was his own and said that his ball was the boy's ball. You have to cheat a 10-year-old to win at golf. That tells you everything you need to know. And if we don't investigate what happened on the 6th and do something about it, he will be back. And we'll go through this crap all over again. Now, history is supposed to teach us what not to do the second time around. Now, I'm praying most Americans have learned that lesson. We'll find out in the midterms. As far as cancer goes, we're starting a new round of 7 treatments. The tumor that was on the pancreas from the neck to just before the end of the tail is all gone. While there was a small tumor in the pancreas on the tail side. So we're going after that with a different kind of chemo starting Saturday. And if everything goes right, when we get done with this round, I'm hoping to be cancer-free. I'm not counting on it because you know how these things go, but I'm hoping. We'll see. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Willie Nelson, and the Willie Nelson Teapot Party and I endorse Veterans for Medical Cannabis Access.
Just roll me up and smoke